Hi, Tytan. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. So let's start with your story. Like, where you from? Who is Tytan Anderson?
Yeah, so I'm Tytan Anderson, and I'm from Eldridge, Iowa. Originally from Davenport, Iowa, which is about 15 minutes away from there. And my parents, they started off in Davenport, and they moved about my sixth grade year. So I've been playing basketball since a young age, and my dad's a coach and former NBA, and CBA player. So I followed in his footsteps. Went to high school in North Scott. And from there, it's been early mornings, late nights, just getting in the gym, getting better. I never really was like the best or the strongest, the tallest. It's always been just from the heart and from wanting to be great and wanting to be a player, just like my dad was.
So your dad played, what team you played? Do you remember
So
what
he,
year?
he played in the CBA, the Quad City Thunder. And then he went to the Philadelphia 76ers like summer league team and he played before and then he had my brother. So
Oh, I didn't know that. It's fun to know that about you. So how was it like to have a father to look up to that was in the NBA that could coach you when you were younger? How was it like?
man, it's everything. Looking up to him and having him as a role model, it doesn't get much better than that. He took me in the gym when I was probably around 3 or 4 and my brother played, so I would always be in the gym with him. And yeah, I would look up to them all the time and just dream about days like right now.
Is your brother playing too?
So no, my brother, he ended up stopping playing in college. So he went to a community college for his first year, and then he decided that he wanted to go in the Marines. So he's been in the Marines ever since.
That's cool. So you did 4 years at UNI. Can you explain a little bit your path over there?
Yeah, I did 5 years though.
5 years, true.
Yeah, five. So my path over there was my freshman year. I came in and they already had a stacked team. They had a great team. And us and my freshman class, we were just looking to just help out wherever was needed, play about 8, 10 minutes a game, nothing crazy. But I ended up getting knee surgery October 30th, I think. So it was right before Halloween. And that was really hard. I mean, it was hard on me. It was hard on just kind of my mental. It's my first year. I was setting myself up to play a little bit and then get shut down and I have to get that surgery. It was tough. But the good thing was that I was only out 3 months. They said I was going to be out for the whole year, but I ended up getting some rehab in and feeling, I mean, not 100%, but good enough to play. That was during COVID. So that's another thing that kind of threw off my freshman year for sure.
So second year you played, was it after COVID?
Yep, after COVID, we had the same exact team. Nobody left. And I want to say that I played around like 12 minutes a game, 8 to 12 in that range. And yeah, just brought that energy when needed, came in. We had a great team. I mean, the year before, we were probably going to win the tournament, the MVC. And then the next year, we ended up winning the regular season conference champs. So yeah, we went to NIT that year as well. And then after that, we just looked forward to the next year. And that's when it was really like my time to be that leader and be that guy.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot about the leader you've been the last 2 years. Coach Jake talked to us about the energy you were bringing. And can you talk a little bit more about your last year as a UNI Panther, how it was like to be part of the team and part of a bigger team, a big part of why you had such a good success with them?
Yeah, I think it just came down to the team that we built. We started from guys that wanted to come back, guys that played a couple minutes for us. We still had the young guys. We had me and Jacob that were the older guys. And then we brought in Kale, who was a tough player and he brought a lot of grit to the team. But yeah, it's just, we were just real close. Everybody was vibing with each other. We were cool. Coach worked us hard, and all the coaches, they wanted us to be the best that we possibly could be. And yeah, it started in the off season for sure. You know how it is when you come into a new team. You got to really dive in and try to get close with everybody so you guys can do something special. And that's what we try to do.
I think it was a big part of our success, just being close to each other, have the chemistry, even if we were transferred with Tristan or me. Like we had a good chemistry in the team, and that's why I think we won the MVC championship because we were close, even through the mistakes, we were together, even through the hard times. And So we lost a couple of games in a row, and I think we stayed together because of that. And the coaches did a good job showing us the way to be successful. So I agree with you, and it's definitely a good reason why teams are successful nowadays. And um, let's continue after your last year. I heard you had the opportunity to play in the summer league. I followed you a little bit, playing in New Orleans in the summer league. Can you tell us how it happened and how it was like?
Yeah, so it was probably like a week and a half right before summer league was gonna start. And my agent called me. We were meeting up. I was with some of my buddies, some of the teammates, and we were gonna go to the pool. And I got a phone call from the coach. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I remember that. I was there.
Yeah. So I got that phone call and I'm like, yeah, what's up? And they're like, yeah, we want you to come down in a week. So I'm excited. I'm like, okay, I don't have anything planned. I don't got anything better to do. So they wanted me to come out there to New Orleans, be a part of their training camp. And then we flew over to Vegas. And yeah, it was a great week. We had practices over there. So getting to practice with some of those guys and learn a lot from the coaching staff, get those individual workouts in. It was a blessing. And it definitely got me ready for the type of season that I wanted to have this year.
Nice. And what did you learn from being around that level of players and staff?
You learn real quick that there's those dudes that are just them dudes. And if you're not one of those that gonna put it in the bucket every single time you shoot it, then you gotta find other ways to make an impact. And I've always been that type of player who wants to make an impact even if they aren't scoring. So obviously when the time's needed, I can go get a bucket, but that's not my game. My game is bringing that energy, bringing that spark, rebounding, hustle plays, getting on that floor. And you learn that there is room for that in the NBA. And you hear that a lot. There's only one ball, so you got to find a way to impact the game outside of just scoring.
I watched the game and you were the most aggressive offensive rebound and you were like diving on the floor and that's exactly the impact that you had. It's nice to see that it really translates into your game, what you're saying, and it's impressive. Did you experience change on how you see your own game?
Yeah, obviously you come out of college. I think I was average about 15. You look at these guys next to you and you're comparing yourself or comparing what they do, and you're like, yeah, I mean, he probably averaged like 25 in college, but we're here in the same spot. And that's what's crazy. We're fighting for the same thing. We're trying to accomplish the same thing, and now we're part of the same team. So, I mean, it's just crazy to think that everybody has different paths and different things about their games that complement and make a team.
I really like how you see it. Some people can see it, oh, like I don't belong here. I'm not the guy that has 25 points a game. I just have 15, 17. I don't belong here, but I like how you say that you both belong there because you're still here, even if you have 15 or 17. I really like how you say it. Do you think it gives you more confidence going to your pro career?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Coming from that summer league and having that experience, having some good practices over there where you turn some heads, you get some people talking, it feels good and it does a lot for your confidence because obviously you do come in there, these dudes see something in you and you believe it because you wouldn't be there. There's so many choices, there's so many options. You wouldn't be there if they didn't see something in you. So I mean, you really got to take that to heart. Yeah, you really want to make an impact. It makes you really lock in.
And so now you played in Belgium. That's what I've heard. And how was the process look like after summer league? What happened?
So the reason why I didn't play a lot in the summer league was because I had already signed with this Leuven Bears team in Belgium. So this team, they got to me early and they're in a good spot. So they're in a good spot over here in Belgium where there's a lot of eyes. You got Germany, Italy, you got France. I mean, there's just all these different countries around that watch this league, and it sets you up if you have a good season to make a big jump. So I jumped on this offer because in the G League, you never know what's going to happen. So I took the route of knowing for my first year and making a name for myself this first year. It looked kind of different, odd, like why is he going to go to the summer league if he's already signed? But I mean, it was a great opportunity to keep working on my game, get an opportunity to turn some heads in case I want to go back and do that route.
And going from summer league to playing in Belgium, how different are those two worlds?
It's real different. The speed of play is still pretty high. We still get up and down, but in the G League, NBA, their pace is crazy. And they don't have a thing called the take foul. Over here in Europe, they have the take foul where you can commit a foul in transition and it slows it down and they put the ball on the side. You get 4 free ones a quarter. So it slows it down. It's more strategy, stuff like that. And it's more physical. I think these leagues out here, I mean, especially for us Americans, they can really rough us up, get tough with us, be handsy. So it's a different game, especially from when you watch some NBA games. You see all these fouls being called, stuff like that. It's tough on the mental. Like, you got to be locked in all the time.
And it's older guys, like they're 35 years old, 40 years old sometimes. You have experience, but they have
Yeah.
way more experience.
Yeah, my teammate, Win Boss, he's 43 now.
Wow. Okay, still competing?
He's doing a great job for us. He's leading. He's been my mentor since I've gotten here, and it's a blessing because Coach Tut, he also played with him. Isn't that
Wow.
crazy?
That's
That's crazy.
crazy.
So
Wow. What did he teach you? Like the most important advice that he gave you?
I think it's more of just the on court, just things he sees and reminds me of throughout the game, throughout practices. And that's just being focused, but also just the way I like not always popping or not or here, roll right here. So then I can hit you and then I'll come back and then we can do another action. But it's more of just the tactical things and the experiences he shares, things like that. He has a story for everything. He's been a pro for 19 years. He's been in Belgium for, I think this is his seventh or eighth. So,
In the same team?
no, no, he's gone around this league that's in Belgium. He's our captain. He's got the most experience and he's been doing a great job teaching us young rookies.
Would you say the transition harder than you expected?
Yeah, I thought it would be a little bit harder because, I mean, I miss my family. I'm used to having my family come to each game on the weekends, but sometimes you just got to accept the fact that they're not always going to be there with you along your journey. And yeah, it's really made me more independent and find other things to keep me busy and distract me away from just the missing home part of it.
What'd you do for hobbies? Like what'd you learn to do?
Well, I think I've gotten a lot closer to God. So it gives you a lot more time to reflect and think like of ways that you want to improve each and every day. So workouts, eating right. I've been doing a lot more cooking.
You're a
Those
big cooker in college?
No, I made the same meals, like chicken and rice. You make some taco bowls, but nothing crazy. I grilled a lot, so I still do that over here. Nothing crazy.
Classic Brookside grill.
Exactly. Brookside, hey, we started that grilling stuff.
What year though? Like the first year, your rookie year, or your last?
I think it would probably about my third year. My house with a couple of the guys that aren't there anymore, but we used to grill all the time.
That's fun. After being that close to the NBA level, how do you stay focused going overseas?
You just have that drive and that goal where you want to prove yourself over and over. And I feel like that hasn't stopped since I got to college. Every year I've gotten better and better and better. And that's just because of that drive, just that voice in your head that's telling you you got to keep elevating because these people around you, they're elevating their game. So you got to stay on top of it. And I really think my dad plays a huge part in that because he always tells me never settle, never feel like you've made it because I could sit here and I could be in my rookie year and be like, man, I'm a pro. Like, I don't need to do these extra workouts. I don't need to keep lifting. I don't need to eat right. But I feel like I'm a rookie in college all over again, where I'm trying to prove myself and I'm trying to make it places that not even my dad or people in my family have ever made it.
I love to hear that. Did sometimes you reflecting say, "Oh, I was that close to the NBA." Like, is the NBA still a goal for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a goal. Everybody wants to be in the NBA, but yeah, maybe later down the road. But I mean, right now, I like to stay present. I like to think about what can I do now to keep bettering myself. Thinking about it in the future, yeah, no doubt. Would like to maybe go play a year or two and see how it is, or make a roster. You never know the opportunities that are going to come.
How did you handle going from the US to Belgium? How was the whole change?
I feel like I handled it pretty well. It's obviously a little bit easier for me because this is a student town. There's a bunch of students that study English and they all speak really well. So It's been a nice transition. The team speaks in English when they're meeting, like they don't just speak Dutch all the time.
There's a part that speak French, right? In Belgium?
Yep, that's the more southern part.
Okay. What does it look like over there?
It looks like it's a little bit older, less modernized, but I would say in the city, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's small, but when you walk around, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of cool buildings that you can go and see. Like, yeah.
Chance to travel a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I've traveled a decent amount, but you very rarely get long breaks. And when I do get long breaks, I come back home. I've gotten to do that only once this year, but I've gotten 2 to 3 days off where I've been to like Paris, Barcelona, and I've been to Amsterdam a couple of times. But yeah, I like going around seeing different countries for sure.
And during this season, how your everyday life looks like?
I mean, we're usually with the team for about 3 to 4 hours each day. It just depends on what our schedule is, but a day before the game, we're together a little bit less just because we have shorter practices and we all lift together. So we lift about 3 times a week right now.
Is it more as a team or is more individual as you do your own thing?
It's more of a team thing where we're on the same schedule. But outside of that, yeah, we get our extra lifts in if you want to, but just those team lifts are mandatory.
So it looks like more college type of professional because I know some of the other team of the pros do their live by themselves and they shoot by themselves. So it's more like structure, I would say.
Yeah, I would say it's close to college. You just don't have that, like, the strength coach always coming in telling you what you got to do. It's more like you got the option to, if you want to follow those guidelines or you want to follow those lifts and stuff like that, specific to you.
Okay, and how's your season have been so far? Like individually?
I mean, it's been really good. I've been blessed and fortunate enough to make my value go up, elevate my team a little bit, and make a little run here. So hopefully we can do something in the playoffs. But if not, I'll still say that it's been a pretty solid season for me.
If you want to talk about it, like what's on your contract? What do you have as a player? The meal plan or the car, or the salary?
So what comes with this contract is just the car, the apartment, and then we get meals every Wednesday. They bring them in and they're healthy meals. So we put them in the fridge and yeah, we have those. But for the most part, we get our own groceries and we're for ourselves for most of the time. We get pregame meals, stuff like that. But in college, I remember those were the days. Always getting blessed with pregame, postgame, and shoot, day before the game, got meals ready for you. So I would say on that aspect, it's a lot less catered to you. Yeah, the contract has a lot in it. Just washer and dryer. Got to make sure that you got that in the house.
Are you alone in your apartment?
Yeah, got the apartment to myself. Got a 2 bedroom just in case families, since my family is actually coming up this next week. So excited for that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite moment so far during this season?
I would say just getting closer with the guys. I hang out with the Belgium guys all the time. Like, there's a couple that are still in school, so they got their school that they got to take care of. But right now, there's a couple of them don't have those big exams coming up, so we get to hang out a little bit more. We get to go into the city, maybe have a couple drinks, get some food. So I mean, it's been fun just getting out of the apartment, and the weather's getting nicer, so getting to go on a couple more daytime walks around.
Is there any fellow Americans in your team?
Yeah, so we have 4 Americans this year, counting me, and, yeah, everybody's from kind of a different spot, but, yeah, it's been nice having them here too, just reminds you of home, and it's refreshing for sure.
Do you have any story from your time in Belgium that stands out?
I got a lot of them. I just think the funniest thing or the most reality check that we had, us Americans, like, we're used to those crazy meals, salmon, chicken, like, all that before a game, and we went to a preseason game this past fall when we first got here, and we woke up the next morning, and right before the game, we had bread, we had cheese, and we had ham, and then we had bananas and granola bars for breakfast before the game, so we're like, "What?" Like,
Yeah.
this was gonna fuel us for this game? So yeah, we learned to pack a lunch or pack something to eat when we hit the road.
Did you win?
Yeah, we ended up winning, but I mean, it was just like, really? Like,
Do
what are we doing here? But nah, it was fine in the end.
you feel more pressure now that it's your job?
No, not really. I mean, I feel like I haven't felt pressure since high school, really. There's not really pressure on me because nobody's going to be disappointed in me if this basketball thing doesn't work out. I like to think of this as like, this isn't really my purpose. My purpose is beyond basketball. And I've always thought that, yeah, I love basketball. I have a passion for basketball, but there's other things that I'm passionate about and will find myself bringing me more happiness and kind of just be more, what's the word? Just, yeah, I'll just say happier just than playing basketball.
And what have you learned about yourself since leaving the college?
I've learned that once you get past college and people aren't telling you what to do, since you are a professional, you have to be professional about things, that you really have to be on top of things. You have to want it for yourself because it's easy to just come out here and be satisfied and not do extra workouts, not shoot extra after practice. Because a lot of these guys, they just leave right after practice and go home to their family and call it a day. But I look at it more of like a stepping stone of wanting to keep on climbing higher and higher.
Okay, for players trying to go pro, what's something that they should be ready for?
They should be ready for that mental side of things where you're going to a new team, you're going into a system where you have never played that style of basketball before. You really have to adapt and be able to block out the things that you used to be able to do in the past, immerse yourself in the culture because it's totally different. There's some things that you can't do in Europe, but you can do that in the States. They'll call you for a travel every time. I promise you. It's happened too many
Yeah.
times to me. But yeah, I would say just really diving into the European basketball and maybe even watching a lot of European basketball instead of just NBA and stuff like that, because it's totally different.
What would you tell yourself 1 year ago?
I would tell myself to just keep that positive mindset that I've always had, just have that outlook on life and be blessed and look around at where you are because a lot of people get in it and they're just so fixated on that end goal that they don't look around and enjoy the process.
I love that. What would you say that separates players who adjust quickly from those who struggle?
I think people who keep to themselves, they don't listen to anybody. They don't ask questions. They get just kind of have that, oh, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get buckets. I'm going to do this, that. But they're not thinking of the team. And that's something that a lot of people struggle with is just, oh, I'm going to go out there, get mine. Yeah, that's cool. But are you going to make the people next to you want to play with you and enjoy it? Are you going to have the coach where he talks highly of you? And when he gets that phone call, what is he going to say about you as a person? So there's just a lot of things that you got to be egoless when you're over here.
What's your plan for next season? Would you like to stay or change a little bit?
I'm on a 1 year contract right now, so the team will change and location will change. I'm not sure of the location yet. That usually comes in probably the next month to June-ish. But yeah, my goal is to maybe test the waters back in the summer league again, get an opportunity to do that since that was a great experience. And then, yeah, just maybe if that sticks, then do that. But know that I have options over here for next year and got some good opportunities.
Love to hear that. And I'd like to finish with a question I ask everybody. Okay. So when you hear beyond the contract, what does that mean to you now that you're living in it?
Well, I just think life outside of basketball, the journey that you have for yourself outside of just that contract that you're signing. That's what I think of when you say beyond the contract.
I love that. Thank you, Ty. I appreciate talking to you and learn from you. Thank you. And I hope you like being on podcast. See you
Yep.
next time.
Yep.